Okay, so this round by G2 versus C9 is one of the best rounds I've seen in terms of utility usage. Um, G2 are really good at fundamentals. They can struggle in the hero plays, like when it comes to like comparing like stats with like versus ass pass. You're not really gonna find an ass pass on this team, but their teamwork is really good, and I did want to highlight that because it's really
30
important
seconds
when
left.
I see really good utility usage. First thing I want to note, in the pre-round, we got Jonah P here. Jonah P is going to set up this Viper wall, come to this light, aim at this corner. Why is this really good? Well, I noticed that a lot of my Vipers were messing this up.
Toxins going up.
You notice the difference? Well, there's no gap here. If I wanted to spam, I can spam, but
Toxin
sometimes
screen
Vipers
down.
like to leave a gap and in this wall, and that can get me killed sometimes, especially when I'm going to plant the bomb. So that's how you fix that. Number two, come to where the spawn barrier is, look where the floor and the snow meet, and then throw in the middle of this line. And this will give you a great lurk orb. Now, they don't end up using it, but the pressure that it creates in some rounds can be devastating. Now, obviously, there's the window, so you could get countered by a KJ turret here, but I could just come under the tube and then you wouldn't know. It just all depends on where the turret is. It's easy to play around. There's no gaps in it. I can't see over it. It's just really good. Excuse me. That's pretty much it for Viper. I mean, he's going to throw this molly from here to here, but you don't really need a lineup for that. This is just, you just need to understand proper fuel management. Let's talk about how they actually take each part of the map. They section it off into three parts, green, yellow, and
30 seconds
sight,
left.
and we'll talk about green first. The most important aspect that I wanted to point out was the harbor utility. Now you'll see the wall later, but I wanted to point this out first. Line up with this line, throw your cascade, and then double click when it becomes flush with this wall. Now, I was a little late, but you get the idea. What's really good about this wall is anybody coming out of garage isn't going to get opt or seen by anybody top yellow. Um, you're not going to get peeked from anybody standing here. I messed up the wall again, but you get the if you saw the wall like this. Jesus, I cannot do this. Okay, if I could use the wall correctly, which for some reason I can't. There we go. Now, of course, it's not going to completely block you from anybody peeking yellow, but in order to counter that wall, you have to peek pretty aggressively um, off your cover, which can be really dangerous for a defender. And it kind of sections off the map in, between green and yellow, so they have an easier time streamlining their attack and taking different parts. Now we're going to talk about the actual clearing utility,
30
starting with
seconds
Gecko.
left.
Gecko was really cool. You're gonna start in garage. Now you're gonna slip if you try to like hold against this wall. So press S and D against the wall, and then where this little black thing is, like the black line, throw your wingman. That's gonna clear anybody like clear close on this box. Anybody here actually, and anyone just like playing these off angles. What's really great about this wingman is you can pick it up from
There's my buddy.
safety. You don't have to like overextend. Maybe you're grabbing wingman here.
Get him, wingman.
That's really bad because, well, you could get shot from a numerous amount of angles. In fact, if he was here,
Sana, sana.
I wouldn't even be able to pick him up. That would be too dangerous. Um, but this one, he's all fine. He's safe right here. Now, but now this clears all of this. How do we clear this? These angles, all these. And we actually get shown how he clears it. It's a dart. How do we throw this dart? We're going to
30
swap to
seconds
Sova.
left.
We're going to come here and
Thrifty.
spawn. And we're going to get in the middle of these ice caps. end the game phase, we're gonna have to do a jump throw, but just to show you where you're gonna be shooting, shoot right here, do a full charge double
Scanning ahead.
bounce, and that's gonna land right here, right where Trent shoots his dart. This is really good because, of course, well, it just spotted Vanity. He's gonna have to back up, but it's gonna spot anyone tucked, not tucked, obviously, but it's gonna spot anyone here that the wingman may not spot. Anyone like behind the wall, the harbor wall, anyone here, and then anyone in this corner. It's really good dart, if you can't tell. That's pretty much it for green control. We can now move to yellow. So we can actually just, I can show you how they do yellow. We're going to throw a harbor wall. It's going to be a very thin harbor wall. It's going to cut off Vanity from Zeppa. And then we're going to send this drone in. We left enough room just for the drone. It's going to be able to see Zeppa, and he's going to get pushed off by the Dizzy, the Snake Bite, all of that. He can't stay there because of the harbor wall. Now, we got a minute left. We don't need to rush this any more than we have. We've gained control of green pretty easily. We've gained control of yellow pretty easily. But we've done it pretty slowly. Let's maybe wait. Maybe Leaf can get a pick. Maybe he can rotate. But all of our util is down, so we might as well wait for our util to come back so that we can, you know, do a more organized hit. Now, Leaf's going to end up going down. We're going to throw this Molly, this wingman, and now we can start breaking down utility again. Let's go back to Harbor. We'll go to Gecko first.
30 seconds left.
Because
Thrifty.
it makes more sense. Now, it should be pretty obvious what Gecko's about to do. He's gonna throw this wingman.
Planting.
Wingman is really good because, well, he just plants the bomb for you, but we still have to protect him.
Spike
Wingman
planted.
can't get off the
Thanks,
bomb,
mates.
and,
I got you.
you know, he can't get off the bomb in case he gets attacked and shoot back. So that's what Vanity, or not Vanity, that's what, God, what is his name? Valen's job is gonna be, sorry. And then just to assist a little bit, we're gonna throw this Molly right here.
Blow him up, Mosh.
And that Molly's gonna perfectly land back sight. I don't know how I missed that Molly. Maybe throw a little more to the left so that you guarantee you don't miss. Yep, like that. So that Molly's gonna be perfectly landing back sight. And then if we want to play Harbor,
30 seconds left. Thrifty.
we can use our recovered High Tide. If I can swap to Harbor, thank you. And what this High Tide is gonna do is, well, if you combine it with this orb, let's say Wingman's planning here, and then you enter your orb, you don't want someone to already be occupying your cove, because then you're just going to get shot, your Wingman's going to die. So, what this cascade ends up, or not this cascade, this High Tide ends up doing is, it blocks anyone that might already be in the cove trying to fight Wingman. Now, Valen gets really unlucky there. Of course, this round doesn't really go the way of G2, but you get the idea. If this had gone the way of G2, it'd be talked about more probably, because the util is just, it's literally just perfect. They split the map into these 3 sections. They take map control perfectly. No one's really at risk of any death because the util usage is just so safe. You could almost autopilot this because it's so simple. You just need to work together as a team. Yeah, so I don't really... You can't fall victim to like what works and what doesn't from results-based analysis. You really have to look at the game and like analyze why something went wrong. And I think you just got unlucky. You just got hit by a few darts. Maybe we need a few dart shooters. Okay, that's fine. But the util usage is really important to just note because I'm not getting perfect. It was really good. You don't see many teams doing it like this. G2, they have a much slower play style. It's more like CSGO, like defaulty, versus like the Rush style that with like all these Gecko players. But it's very effective, and I hope we see more of this from them. Thanks for watching. That's it pretty much for like ability usage analysis. Bye.